Comics and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy Revival Season 1 finale day. By the way, if you haven't noticed, I got to interview Romy Weltman yesterday. She is the star of Revival. She plays Miss Martha Cypress. It was an absolute pleasure to get to sit down with this young woman and speak with her. I really foresee great things coming from her. She was wonderful. I had such a wonderful time with her. Check out the interview. It's a short one, but totally worth it. So go watch all of season 1 of Revival and the interview to pregame for tonight's finale. And we better get a season 2 announcement, Sci-Fi Channel, NBC. Do you hear me? I want a season 2 announcement. Good morning, everyone. I hope you hit that like button, subscribed if you're new, and ring that notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more nerdy nonsense. Remember, we still have the giveaway going. Because of my stupid surgery I had last year, the watch hours did go down a bit, but we're still at like 350 hours away from 3,000, which is the magic number. 3,000 is the magic number. Anywho, we get to that number. I will select a lucky random subscriber who will win a custom designed comics and hoodie. And courtesy of C-Jack Productions, you will get a $50 gift card to Amazon. So get those playlists going. Make sure they're still going. Make sure you're subscribed. Sometimes YouTube gets on one. Okay. But we're back. The computer's good. The computer's working great. So thank you, Han Technologies, for taking so much time out of your schedule and your personal life to make sure that this was up and running by the interview yesterday. So thank you so much. Everything's good. Everything's golden. I feel peaceful. So, and thank you to my amazing subscribers who pitched in and helped to make this computer situation happen. You guys are the absolute best. Now, before we dive in to some nerdy nonsense, let's make sure we say good morning to the chat, or as I like to say, scream good morning. Good morning, nerdling, deranged lunatic. Buenos dias, Fernando. Good morning, Penny. Good morning, Maria. And good morning, Nerdling First Class Contributing Producer, Keto Reviews. Good morning, Jaden Bird. Good morning, Scuttlebutt Podcast, aka the Podfather, Rosef. Good morning, everyone. I just ripped out my earbud, which I need my earbud, not just so I can hear things, but so that it plugs up any other random noise in my house while I'm live, because I get really distracted. Good morning, E. Holy. You are allowed your opinion. Absolutely. Good morning, Left Eye Ego. And thank you, sir. This is yesterday's hair. I just brushed it. Good morning, Loki. Can't be here for the whole show, so let me just say, putting a movie on streaming 35 days after it came out in the theaters is extremely stupid, which seems to be this freaking issue. We're going to talk about that. Because that is a serious concern of mine. They're killing theaters. And I'm hearing, because I was like, I don't know why they're doing that. Like, what purpose would they have for shooting themselves in the foot with box office numbers? Like, why would you do that? And it was suggested to me that it's to cut down on back end deals for the actors and so on, so they don't have to pay them as much, which lame. Super lame. So it's them trying to save money with paying actors and writers, which is dumb and greedy. So, anywho, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Holy, that is a terrible deal. I wouldn't sell my child for jack shit, to be perfectly honest. And I got kids to spare. I have so many kids. I could start like a major sports team. And I wouldn't sell them for anything. I don't care how much I disliked a movie. But anyway, we're going to start off with our amuse-bouche. Okay? Our little aperitif before we get into our meat and potatoes. And that is some more Buffy stuff. We got some more behind the scenes of Buffy. We got Ryan K. Armstrong here, dressed exactly how I was dressed in high school. So kudos. Love it. I mean, I'm pretty sure my hair was like that too. So if you want to imagine me in high school, there you have it. Mid-90s Danny right there. We've got a carnival here. It says Haunted Sunnydale. We've got some vampires here. They're super, super goth though. And we didn't have like that level of over the top goth in the original Buffy series. So I'm very curious about it. I'm wondering if these are just people cosplaying, you know, we shall find out. There's more Buffy too. Let me find it. Here we go. Oh, it was right here. This is from Critical Overlord. Thank you, Critical Overlord. Always so helpful. And we got some filming going on location, again, at the carnival. So I'm just assuming that a lot of these quote unquote vampires we're seeing in these behind the scenes shots are possibly people cosplaying. Possibly. And maybe the vampires are taking advantage of that. Maybe. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, dear. Thank you for helping with the computer. It's working fantastic now. So we've got someone dancing. I wonder what's up with that. I'm so curious and I'm so excited for the series. I really hope it is good. I hope that it lives up to the name. I hope it lives up to all of it. I hope it treats us well because us hardcore Buffy fans have been waiting desperately, impatiently for another true Buffy series. So if this lets us down, I will riot. I will incite a riot. I will. Who didn't have a crush on Buffy back then? I completely styled myself. Early 2000s, Danny, styled by Buffy. Same. Hello. Our birthdays are coming up, sir. So anyway, very excited for this. I'm also very cautious. So do I remember the classic sci-fi show, The Outer Limits? Sir, who are you talking to? That is like number 5 on my comfort watch list. I love The Outer Limits. I recently means within the last few months, sometime this year, I did a rewatch of The Outer Limits. And occasionally, if there's nothing else for me to watch or put on in the background, Outer Limits. Freaking love it. Ryan Reynolds was in The Outer Limits. There are so many people in The Outer Limits that you would be amazed by, but loved that anthology series. And I loved it when they would connect some of the episodes. Oh, loved it. Loved it. We're going to have to do a whole thing about The Outer Limits sometime. I'm going to have to watch it today. Way to go, Fernando. So anyway, if you are excited for the Buffy renewal sequel series as it's being touted now, if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about the upcoming Buffy series, leave it in the chat below. We're going to be moving on. Deranged Lunatic, are you talking about The Outer Limits from the 60s or the revival? I'm talking about the revival. I'm talking about the one in the 90s. Ryan Reynolds was most definitely not in the one in the 60s. I am a huge, huge fan of late 80s to early 2000s sci-fi. Huge fan. If I was to pick a genre as my comfort watch, that would be it entirely. That that late 80s to early 2000s science fiction. That's my jam, especially if it was on the Sci-Fi Channel. I think that's why I love Revival so much, because it's a Canadian sci-fi series, and that's me right there. I love it so much. Deranged Lunatic, my favorite sci-fi show from the 60s was The Time Tunnel. Unfortunately, it only lasted one season. I have never heard of that. I'm going to have to look into it because I've never heard of it. Did I have a crush on Angel? Hello, am I female? Yeah. David Boreanaz was like the object of my every desire for about 20 years. Just, I was so in love with him, so in love with him. And now when I see him in anything, it's like, oh, it's so nostalgic. My love for David Boreanaz. Oh man, loved that man, loved Angel. And I blame Buffy and Angel. See, Penny, duh. How could you not? The man is gorgeous. But I do blame Buffy and Angel for my relationship issues because, listen, Buffy was entirely allegory. The whole thing was allegory. And the thing about the Buffy Angel relationship was that it really wasn't good for her. I mean, it was forbidden love. Even her relationship with Spike, forbidden. You know, these are toxic, they're allegories for toxic men. Like, yeah, they have their good points. They do. But they're basically addicts or alcoholics, abusive, you know, they hurt people. Riley was the healthiest relationship she had, that it started off that way, but it wasn't good enough for her. You know, she has a type. She likes the bad boys. She, you know, and so it ends up pushing him to like, okay, well, I'll try to be like that. And that did not go well for him. They end up splitting and he gets married and has a healthy relationship. But nobody liked the Riley Buffy relationship because it was the healthy one. No one liked Riley. Nobody. We liked the danger of the forbidden romance of her and Angel, you know? And I blame that for my past relationships, for my past taste in men. So, good morning, Basco Scenario. Hello, welcome. I did watch some of it. It's just not my thing. I watched it because it had David Boreanaz in it, but I got over that. It just wasn't quite my thing. I have a very specific genre of television that I pretty much stick to, and movies. Like, it's really difficult to get me to watch anything that's based in reality. Like, seriously. Jaden, do you think the fight scenes will be better than original Buffy and Angel TV shows? Man, that is a really good question. That is a really good question. I think technology and choreography has improved so much. So there is the possibility, but also you gotta love that cheesy Buffy fight stuff. You've got to, I mean, that's again nostalgic. Nostalgic. I don't want it to be too good. I want it to feel like Buffy. So it's got a lot of possibilities. It truly does. It truly does. But any more comments, questions, emotional outbursts, leave it in the chat. We're going to move on because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We do. And can you tell I've had a good amount of coffee today? My son got me s'mores coffee. So it tastes basically like hot chocolate. So it's going down pretty easy. Pretty easy. Let's see. We want to go on to DC yet. Let's talk Star Trek. And you guys know I'm a Trekker. All right. I'm a non-denominational nerd. I love it all. Star Wars, Star Trek, only stars. Love it all. But there is a lot of history with Star Trek movies that's troubled. It's definitely troubled. Um, a lot of Trek fans are not big on the Kelvin universe, the Kelvin timeline, which is the J.J. Abrams stuff. Okay. But I mean, I like it. I don't mind it. I enjoyed it. Absolutely. Does it replace the original? Hell no. Nothing will ever replace the original any way, shape, or form. But you could still like both things, you know. But we Trekkers do take issue with all these different timelines and stuff. So, according to Deadline and Paramount, this is coming from Paramount, 2 Star Trek films are in development at Paramount. One with Captain Kirk and the rest of the crew returning, Kelvin timeline. One featuring new characters with Andor director Toby Haynes attached. J.J. Abrams is producing both projects. So that sounds like both Kelvin in the Kelvin timeline, because that's what Abrams does. Kelvin timeline. What do we think? And I know Backyard TARDIS probably hates this. Good morning, Nerdling First Class Backyard TARDIS. I know he hates the Kelvin stuff. So, but this looks like Kelvin stuff to me. And I have concerns, to put it lightly. I really, and I've said this so many times, I absolutely love season 3 of Star Trek Picard. Terry Matalas did an incredible job with that. And I would love to see a continuation of that story. You know, they were calling it Star Trek Legacy with Jerry Ryan as Captain Seven, Jean-Luc and Dr. Crusher's son. And they were also saying that they want to bring back Captain Shaw, Todd Stashwick's Captain Shaw, as like an engineering hologram. Or there was the option of Seven using her nanites to revive him. But that would kind of like really take away the importance of his sacrifice. Who knows? I really did love Stashwick as Shaw. He was a curmudgeon, and I loved it. But I mean, they did well with that. I'm a little worried that they won't give it the attention. I don't want it to turn into another STD. Star Trek Discovery. Is to quote the love of my life, my shmoo, my Dave, he called Star Trek Discovery the show that felt like it was constantly on the verge of tears. Like it was just so all the time. Fernando says, I enjoyed the movies with Chris Pine. Yep, that's the Kelvin films. I enjoyed them too. A lot of people didn't like Chris Pine as Kirk because he had blue eyes. I'm not kidding. Because he had blue eyes and Will Shatner has brown eyes. Sorry, that's a nitpick for me. I mean, I would love to see a Wonder Woman with blue eyes because Wonder Woman has blue eyes, but Gal Gadot had brown eyes. Adria Arjona, she has brown eyes. I'm not sitting here crying about it. Section 31 was the worst Star Trek movie anyone has ever seen. It was absolutely trite, low budget, I felt sorry for Michelle Yeoh the whole time and our friend Dave. I felt sorry for both of them. Just big pile of garbage. After I watched it, I texted Dave and I said, my friend, you have the dubious honor in being in the movie that toppled Star Trek Insurrection as the worst Star Trek movie ever made. The least popular Star Trek movie, Star Trek 31. I forget it exists because it's so bad. It's just awful. So, anywho, a lot of questions about these Star Trek movies, a lot of concerns because, like we unfortunately know, they don't exactly give things the quality and attention they deserve these days. But we shall see. Only one way to find out. So, if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about the Star Trek movies, leave it in the chat below. We're going to scooch on down. Oops, I pressed the wrong thing. Let's go back to bookmarks here. I actually love Strange New Worlds. Kino says he gave up on Picard after season 2, gave up on Strange New Worlds after season 1, episode 4. You need to watch Star Trek Picard season 3. Totally different show. It is the Next Generation sequel that we wanted. You need to watch it. It's incredible. I mean, it felt personal. It's so good. It's perfection. It's the best Star Trek to come out since the Berman age ended. And I will die on that hill. Definitely check that out. I like Strange New Worlds. I was just watching the latest episode when I had to go live. So, anyway, really good, really good. Rose says, I enjoyed Picard season 3 and I'm mostly enjoying Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Same. I mean, it's better than Discovery, not as good as Star Trek Picard season 3, but then again, I don't think anything ever will be again. It's just so good. Ro and I have talked about this feeling before, like you're watching something and it's kind of a bittersweet feeling, like watching it will never be this good again. That is Star Trek Picard season 3. It is so good. Who is my favorite Star Trek character? I have 2. My first is Worf. My late brother, and my grandmother have always told me that they felt like I would be a great Klingon. And Worf even says in The Next Generation at some point that Irish women would make excellent Klingons. So I love Worf. I love Worf to death. I'm constantly making and sculpting new Klingon ridges for myself. If I could live in Klingon prosthetics, I would. So I love Worf. But I also love very, very much Deanna Troi. Counselor Troi. I thought she was the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen as a child. I wanted to look like her so much. I would try to like pile my hair up on my head, and I just love her so much. I think she's so beautiful. And whenever I would play a Star Trek game or something where I had to create a character, I would always make them half Betazoid and half Klingon. I really shipped Deanna and Worf hard. I would have loved to see their baby. And I'm still looking for Alexander Roshenko. Where is he, Star Trek? We haven't seen him in over 30 years. Okay? I've created a Federation alert, missing persons alert, and I share that every once in a while because where is Alexander Roshenko? Okay? Where is he? I need to know. Yeah, you don't need to watch Picard season 2. I mean, I liked it because John Delancey, but season 3 is where it's at. It will never be better than that. And Ro does absolutely love Nurse Chapel. For his birthday, I made him special Nurse Chapel gifts. So, do I enjoy the spinoffs? Like Deep Space Nine is my favorite. I always feel like TNG is kind of your baseline, But next to that, Deep Space Nine. Love Deep Space Nine. I liked Deep Space Nine better than Voyager. Voyager is kind of my least favorite. Babylon 5 is not Star Trek. It's not Gene Roddenberry. And Deep Space Nine and Babylon 5 were accused of ripping each other off constantly. But Patricia says, I am partial to Martok and Grilka. I don't blame you. I love Martok. Love him so much. But I'm always basing my ridges off of Lursa and Bator, and of course, Alexander's mom. Yeah. Love her. Okay. Timba, his arms wide. Oh, buddy Roe. It's been a long road getting from there to here. Love Enterprise. I don't care what Roe says. And every time I watch it, every time I see something about it, I have to sing or send him, it's been a long road, but my time is finally here. 'Cause I got faith of the heart. Does that answer your question? Gotcha, buddy. Love you, Ro. Oh, man. I love having an opportunity to do that. All right, guys. So let's get into Kayla. She spells it right. See, Patricia gets the Klingon stuff. She knows how to spell Kapla properly in proper Klingon. And she knows how to spell Kaler. Okay. Rose says, I'm always wanting to do a show with someone on anything Star Trek. Hello. I'm always offended when you do something Star Trek and you don't ask me. I thought we were Star Trek friends. Like, where is my communicator badge? Is like right here somewhere. I swear to God, because the pin broke off of it. So I have to keep it on my desk. I'll find it. You'll see. I will find it here like probably an hour after the stream and then show it off. I'm getting tangled everywhere. Ooh, did I put it here? No, I didn't. Anyway, it's here. It's around this disaster of a desk I have. Something Romy Weltman and I were bonding on was how messy our desks are. But it's here, I swear. That's our best friend communicator badge. Oh, great. Because that always goes over so well with the internet. Picard. But honestly, Cisco. Cisco's my captain. Man, it's hot. But no, Cisco, Avery Brooks, that's my captain. Always, 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 always. Okay, we've got to move on. We've got to move on. We're a half an hour in, and I've just been talking Trek, man. And that's not what anything in the description says. So we're going to really piss off the normies who wander in. Okay. So we've got even more Spider-Man Brand New Day leaks from location in Glasgow. And Lord help us, it's the battle van. Battle van. Mark my location. My phone is going off like crazy. But anyway, we've got the battle van. I've got more of it. I just got to get to it. Oh, we've got a new trailer too. Here we go. Here you have it. Does this not bring back like memory unlocked of the animated series? Yeah. Check it out. Battle van. And it looks really good. It looks really good. Everything we're seeing so far from these leaks looks really good. But you know how I feel about these kind of leaks, especially when they are so abundant and so quick, and Marvel's just like sitting back with their feet up like, eh, eh, don't care. It's a concern. It feels like a distraction. Not just a distraction, but it 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 feels like they're trying to they're sorry, my brain just farted. It feels like they know they're losing us, or they've lost us for the most part, and they're trying to drum that hype back up. They're trying to sell tickets now, and the movie doesn't come out for like a year. That's what it feels like. Because we're already getting reports like Spider-Man Brand New Day is tracking. Like, there's nothing to track yet. They just started filming like a week ago. Just excessive. So it always makes me nervous when we see this many leaks that are this leaky, like this spoilery. It always makes me nervous. Always. It feels like there were so many leaks for Captain America Brave New World, and the movie was garbage. So many leaks for the Marvels. Marvels wasn't great. It was okay, but it wasn't great. Hardly any during the actual filming of Fantastic Four First Steps, and it was good. Hardly any for Thunderbolts, and it was good, but didn't sell tickets. So now we have a buttload of spoiler leaks for Brand New Day. I'm just saying. More leaks, and this is stuff coming from My Time to Shine Hello. Remember, take all of that with a grain of salt. My Time to Shine Hello also said Daniel Day-Lewis was playing Magneto. It also said Denzel Washington was playing Magneto. But he's saying that when Steve Rogers went back in time to live with Peggy Carter, he reportedly created incursions. Dr. Doom reportedly wants him dead in Avengers Doomsday for causing the incursions. And also, Doom is going to see himself as the hero, like Thanos did. That's the quote. But of course, a villain is not going to see himself as the bad guy. That's like the most obvious thing you could possibly say. Of course, they're going to see themselves as the hero. Of course. But this doesn't make sense that he created all these incursions. Then again, he was supposed to go right to the moment that, oh no, when he went back and stayed with Peggy, that's what created it. Because there were two of him at the same time in the same place that would cause an incursion. Makes sense. So Doom is big mad about it. And gonna take care of business by killing Cap. What do you guys think of that? I think makes sense. Makes sense. Fernando, there has to be a way to stop leaks. Yeah, Marvel. But Marvel's wanting them to happen. Marvel is the one releasing these leaks. So the only way to stop them is to get Marvel to stop leaking it. And they're not going to, because it's cheap marketing. Easy, cheap marketing. Good morning, Dom. Have they even finished the script for Brand New Day? That is the $1 million question. Mm-hmm. We don't know. But we seem to know Victor Von Doom's motivation for Doomsday. So if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about that, leave it in the chat below. We do have this random video of Anthony Mackie and blonde woman in London getting super cozy. I don't know why this is such a big deal. Maybe because they were getting like super fresh with each other in the public. They look hammered. They look hammered. But yeah, in public. So classy, but they're probably stupid drunk. Anyway, I think that's all I got from Marvel. We're gonna move on to DC. How about that, guys? How's that feel? We got Matt Reeves talking about whether or not Robin will be in Batman 2.
Moment of how this is I don't know. Here's the thing. I have a lot of ideas about what I want to do. I'm not sure what the next story is, but as I said, like what the whole Colin Penguin story was born of the fact that there were things that I saw in this moment, and I definitely want to take on this moment of how this is a power vacuum. But I'm not sure exactly what the point of entry is going to be. And I do look, when I was a kid, as I said, Adam West was my Batman and Burt Ward was my Robin. So obviously the tone of that, I didn't see any of the camp in that. I just thought it was, I don't know, I was just so drawn to those guys doing what they were doing and driving that car and having all those gadgets. And I think, now the idea is obviously trying to think about whether or not there's something interesting to do as a filmmaker with that. And I think, look, the notion of, here's the thing. For me, whatever that story is going to be, it's going to be to take these characters, and specifically Batman's character, and put them in some kind of emotional jeopardy. So when you talk about what you're talking about, there may be a really interesting story to put, there have to be emotional stakes so that you get drawn into that character's story. I don't want that character to become a cipher. I don't want to be like, okay, so we saw there wasn't an origin tale, but you know what? That was kind of his origins, and now he's just perfect. Like, no, you need to test the character again and again and again. And for me, yeah, there might be something in that. I don't know. I'm gonna, there's a deep dive that already happened at the beginning, and now I'm gonna have to deep dive again if we have the chance to make another one. And so we shall see.
So this was a while back, obviously. And it's Matt saying he's looking for the in to bring Robin in. And if it's not organic, he's not going to do it. But he really loves the 1966 Batman and Robin. That is not coming through in the Batman at all. I didn't see that influence at all. If he does include a bust of Shakespeare that opens up to a button, well, then we'll know. So there's that. Also, Gunn saying he's trying to currently. Oh, you do? It's been a really long time since I saw the movie, and it's a really long movie, so it takes like some serious investment to watch it. But there we have it. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. So James Gunn is in talks to bring Bloodsport back, Idris Elba. Now, I posted about this yesterday, and I'm very surprised Scarif Scuttabutt podcast didn't see it, because I said, oh, that's great. Rose Katz will be happy for the work. If you know, you know. Anywho, Becky Artarda says, I saw a lot of 66 Batman in the Batman. Fortunately, it felt like it was mixed with a super gritty and didn't work. I'll have to watch it again and see what you're talking about. I will. But I like Idris Elba. I liked him as Bloodsport. I'd like to see him come back. But James Gunn says, I'm definitely looking for a place to put Bloodsport and figuring that out. So we'll see what happens. But he also said, when asked about Margot Robbie, that will be revealed down the line. I personally don't think there's a big chance that she's going to return. Her star has definitely risen by quite a lot more thanks to the Barbie movie. I just don't see it being a super good possibility. She's a mom now too. She recently had a baby, so her priorities, her time management, that's definitely changed. One moment, please. But I have been wrong in the past. I'm not always right. I know, but don't tell anybody. Okay, I have appearances to keep up. Obviously, he is very enigmatic, very vague about it, and that tells me he doesn't know. James Gunn doesn't even know if Harley Quinn is coming back. So it's a very democratic way of saying I don't know. He's like, that'll be revealed down the road. So we'll see. I like Margot as Harley Quinn. I think she is very close to comic book accurate, way more than that whatever that Lady Gaga bullshit was in Joker 2. You just need to light that movie on fire and burn it in effigy. That movie was just insulting. Like, just terrible. So this is James Gunn saying he doesn't know. Nothing is set in stone, nothing's guaranteed. So good morning, Samar. Rest in peace, Kirk Allen, George Reeves, and Christopher Reeve. Thank you for spelling Christopher Reeve's name right. A lot of people don't catch that. So anyway, if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about James Gunn not knowing if Margot Robbie is going to be back as Harley Quinn, leave it in the chat below. We do have a lot of stuff from the New York premiere. You guys know I am super stoked for this. I'm a huge Peacemaker fan. I really loved it.
Definitely some things that happen in this season
Jennifer
that set
Holland,
up some things
Mrs.
for the
James
future of the
Gunn.
DCU. I think everyone will have to
There's some serious guns on her.
tune in. There are definitely some things that happen.
Are you guys really having trouble hearing me?
That set up some things.
Let me know.
For the future of the DCU. I think everyone will have to tune in.
I think she's very pretty. I think she's good as Amelia Harcourt. I do. I know a lot of people don't care for her because she is James Gunn's wife, but I enjoy her. Where is this? Here we go. We got Freddie
partner
Stroma.
and kind of leading this set.
Oh, he's the best. He's very talented. He's very fast, very quick. His improv skills are terrifying. And he's just a gentleman. So it's a joy. Yeah.
How would you?
I love Freddie Stroma as Vigilante. I know that a lot of comic book nerds don't care for him because it's a huge departure from the character, but he's so good. So good. I'm so excited too. Okay, so Samar is having trouble. He says he can hear me, but it's low. Is anyone else having that issue? I need at least one other person, and then I'll take a look, but it's supposed to be automatic. Let me know. Okay. So moving on. We got John Cena and his wife, Shay. Very lovely. Wearing her Peacemaker colors. Yeah, see, I checked it. I always check before I jump in. Maybe you're having speaker issues, buddy. Maybe check your audio things. I can't. Why can't I? Equalizer. And we have John Cena.
I've spent my life keeping secrets. Easy. I've spent my life keeping secrets. I've been lucky enough to be able to have some of the only kept surprise moments in WWE in a day and age of information. And when he tells me not to say anything, I don't say anything.
Kayfabe.
Easy. I've spent my life.
He knows how to keep kayfabe. And we have the man himself, James Gunn.
Very worked out treatment, and I'm working on that, and hopefully going into production on that. Not too.
Let me know how
I've already finished the treatment for the next story, and what I'll call the Superman Saga. The treatment's done, which means a very, very worked out treatment, and I'm working on that, and hopefully going into production on that. Not too far away from today.
So he's already done the treatment, which the treatment is not the script. It's the story. The treatment is what you use to sell the film. Like, hey, this is what I'm seeing. You want to write a script for this? You want to buy this movie? Help me make it. So he's got the treatment done. He's writing the actual script and getting ready to go into production. I'm so sorry, Samar. Everything here says my levels are fine. I've had it checked off screen, and it seems good. Like I'm looking at it right now. Seems I have good levels and stuff. I'm so sorry. I'm thinking maybe you need to check something in your like levels, your equalizer on your computer or whatever you're using. I'm sorry. Everything on my end is looking good. Some people have checked in with me privately, told me it's sounding good to them. I'm sorry, pal. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Like we've got a consensus. Okay, so and we talked about this the other day a little bit, but now it's Superman Saga. It's the Superman Saga. I unfortunately cannot. I'm very sorry. I've got it. It does it automatically. It does it automatically. And if it's sounding good to everyone else, I don't want to blow them away. You know what I mean? Maybe headphones. Like try headphones, see if that works. So he's working on the Superman Saga, and his inspiration for that first Superman film was very Silver Age inspired, and of course All-Star Superman, which is a phenomenal book, a great anime. Definitely check it out. I love All-Star Superman. That's my favorite. That's my favorite one. So considering that's where he's going, that's his inspiration for this Gods and Monsters era of DCU, we're doing Supergirl next, which is based on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. What could he possibly be doing next? What is the next in the Superman saga that is very Silver Age, very bright, very hopeful? What could be next? I am seriously feeling some Superboy vibes because he wants to do the Super Family. He wants the Superman saga. He wants to do the Super Family. I am feeling very Superboy. Kino says Steel. Kino says Steel. So, what do you guys think? I'm feeling Connor. Lex has already cloned Superman. His Ultraman was a clone of Superman. Now, in the comics and Gods and Monsters, Ultraman was Crime Syndicate. He was a parallel universe version of Superman. But in James Gunn's Superman, he was a clone of Superman. So I'm thinking we're getting Connor Kent. That's where my brain is leading to. Jaden agrees. I want to see Connor Kent. And I think that's going to happen. He's doing this very, very family-oriented, very bright, hopeful, very positive tone. So I'm seeing Connor. Kino says, if they do Connor, that means they'll have to start introducing the Titans. We already have BB. Dude, they're doing a Titans movie. They're doing a Titans movie. Kino says, Damien, maybe Connor, but I want to see Steel. See, and they're doing dynamic duo. Damien, the animation. What is that? Wait a minute. Something has just dawned on me. Super Sons. There's a DC animated movie called The Super Sons. Battle of the Super Sons. I liked it. And clearly, Gunn has taken inspiration from the DCAU, DC Animated Universe. You know, All-Star Superman, Superman the Animated Series, Batman the Animated Series. The Clayface movie is heavily based on Batman the Animated Series. Would it not be logical to assume that he would take some inspiration from Battle of the Super Sons? Good morning, Truth! What do you think? You think we're getting Superboy next? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're getting some Battle of the Super Sons. Kino, even the production design for wardrobe looked like Superman the Animated Series. Yes. That's, I see it as Luthor trying to clone him again, but this time using his DNA and making Connor Kent. And then we get Battle of the Super Sons. That's my humble opinion. Kino says, as for Super Sons, maybe, but Titans first, in my opinion. And it is there. It is on the list. He's pulled Ana Nogueira off of it to write Wonder Woman, which she is currently doing. But next is Titans. Truth says Superman plus Supergirl plus Brainiac seems to be the sequel. Oh, that would be good. We've never gotten live action Brainiac in a movie. We've never gotten live action movie Brainiac. Oh my God. That would be amazing. Let's fan cast Brainiac. Who do we think? I saw someone pick Michael C. Hall from Dexter. He would be a good Brainiac. Matt Smith. Is that what you mean, Kino? Matt Smith, Doctor Who. Matt Smith, Doctor Who would be an incredible Brainiac. Somar, Jason Statham. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Jason Statham has a lifetime contract with David Ayer. So Dacre Montgomery as Connor Kent. Not bad. Kino, Christopher Walken, and get Nick Cage as Superman. Okay, that's it. You're fired. Truth says, if you watch the recent documentary, Brainiac was one of the drawings from Gunn's storyboards. Oh my. I'm going to have to check that out. I'll check that out and get back to you guys tomorrow. I'm also going to watch the animated Superman short today and get back to you guys tomorrow. So, and tomorrow we're also going to watch the trailer for the second half of season 2 of Wednesday. God, Netflix, I'm so tired of this. Like, why are they doing that? The whole point of Netflix was that it drops all at once so you can binge it all at once. And now they're like, now we just really want to be annoying and break it up into pieces. Backyard TARDIS. In the canceled 90s, Christopher Walken was supposed to be Brainiac. Yeah, we were just totally just talking about that. But I did see that they had the big spider thing in the Pocket universe. There's definitely inspiration there. Definitely. Yeah, Truth. You can't just say in the recent documentary. You need to like be specific and give us links and stuff. So if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about this super saga, about some Brainiac fan casts, leave it in the chat below. We're wrapping this bad boy up. You have a brand new video to watch. If you haven't already, I have a brand new video to watch on the channel. I interviewed Romy Weltman, the star of the latest sci-fi series Revival. The season 1 finale is tonight. Go watch it. I'm telling you, it's a great series. I really, really love it. Very classic sci-fi channel. Absolutely do. And go watch that interview with Romy. I'm telling you, she is a doll. She is fantastic. Great things are going to come from her. I really, really, really feel that. I've got some shorts up. We're going to work on some clips for you, but whole interview is there. Go check that out. Make sure you've hit the like button, the subscribe, and rung your notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with any more nerdy nonsense. It is the easiest and the freest way to help support the channel. It lets our algorithm overlords over here at YouTube know that you're picking up what I'm throwing down, that you enjoy it. But if you would like to help support the channel in other ways, remember, we've got the giveaway still going on. It's going on until we hit 3,000. So we need to hit that soon. Okay, so I can get monetized. So remember that someone's going to win a custom designed comics and hoodie and a $50 gift card for Amazon, courtesy of CJack Productions. So get your playlists going. Those are the best, freest ways to support the channel. But if you would like to support the channel in other ways, like Patricia has, like Kino has, like Backyard TARDIS, thank you, Nick, because we're up and running clearly, like Will Parker has. Thank you. I could really use the help because I do have to pay for all this software and blah, blah, blah. Trust me, it's money out of my personal pocket, my family pocket. It stresses me out. But if you would like to help, thank you. There are so many options, and I've listed every single one of those options conveniently for you in the description below. The first one is the super easiest one. All you have to do is scan that QR code right there. It takes you to buymeacoffee.com/comicsandmua. And you have several options where you can tip me as little or as much as you like. I try to keep the options open. If that doesn't work for you, it is a very secure way to tip the channel. I assure you, it is quite secure. But if you're more comfortable with Cash App, I have that linked down below too. Just $ DanielleSoncasie. There's also the official Nerdling Army over at patreon.com/comics. And there are all kinds of exclusives. There are exclusive outtakes, behind the scenes. There are request channels. There are exclusive chat rooms. You get exclusive merch every 3 months for the first year of your membership that corresponds directly with your specific tier, which we refer to as rank because it is an army. Hello. And your rank and badge comes on your merch those 3 months. So check that out. Patreon.com/comicsand. 3 different tiers. The lowest one is only $3 a month. And $3 a month, you too can support a starving YouTuber. So check that out today. There's also the merch store. And I need to get to work on some Revival merch because I've had a couple things like kicking around in my head. But there's some cool stuff on there. No matter what you're into, Star Wars, Star Trek, DC, Marvel, you name it. If you love Dune, I got lots of Dune stuff because I love Dune. But check it out. Check it out, comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com. I'm also an affiliate for several things like Leash Boss, leashboss.com. I love dogs. I have a dog. If you love dogs or you have a dog, you just need dog things, go to this link and you will save 15% off your total purchase. So check that out. Zenni Optical, where I get my glasses. Someone asked me today, actually. So Zenni Optical, I will save you 10%, as well as Cora's Vault, collectibles, superhero merch, MCU merch. Check it out. CorasVault.com/comicsand and use code comicsand for 10% off. I'm also an affiliate for TikTok and CapCut. I'm really not sure what those links will get you, but check them out. Just check them out. This podcast is powered by the Red 5 Network. We are a collective of exclusively nerdy podcasters and content creators here to educate and entertain you. So if you like this podcast, chances are you are going to love more of what the Red 5 Network has to offer you. So go to red5.bio.link today to discover more of the Red 5 family of podcasts. That's right. And everything I've just said today, you can find at comicsand.squarespace.com, including other extras like my reviews, information on the Belgian project, which is pretty much dead, which breaks my heart, but I've left it up there. If someone wants to revive it, that would be great. But my reviews, the Belgian project, my gallery, which has special effects looks and beauty looks from all my breakdowns. Check that out today. And, whatever updates I have, I try to put it on there as well. So let's go back to the chat to see what we've got here. Oh, I love you too, Jaden. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Everyone needs love. Backyard Charlie says, honestly, I feel that they should focus on expanding the DC family before the Superman family. I can see that. Truth says, Adventures of Making Superman. It's on the Warner Brothers channel. I will watch that today. I will. Okay. So that's all I got today, guys. I hope you have an awesome and a nerdy day. I hope you check out my interview with Romy Weltman. I hope you watch Revival today. Happy Revival finale day to all who celebrate. I hope you enjoy it. I will be live tweeting while I watch. So join me. Yeah. But until then, nerds, keep your eyes peeled. Okay? Keep them peeled. Because I heard
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you!